It's hurting my brain.
They can hear you. Look.
H
Audio's come up.
E L L O.
Wife. They
Yeah.
can hear you.
But I just spelt it the right way round and the right way round.
Do you want to know what I did?
What did you do?
I unplugged it and put it back in again.
That's what I just did. You saw me do it.
No, you disconnected that bit. I unplugged it and put it back in again.
But that's what I did. You saw me do it.
But it worked instantly.
Thank you for fixing it.
Magic touch.
Thank you. But it's so hard to write this back to front and backwards.
You could have just turned the reverse off.
On my 4th attempt, I got it. It's quite cool. Right, hello. Thank you, Bab. You know when you're having one of those days? It's one of those days. And I'm cold today. I've got goosebumps. Right. Oh no. I didn't yawn the whole time. As soon as you can actually hear me, it starts yawning. Oh, bless you. Thank you, people who are sending stars. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I'm completely thrown. We started late tonight anyway, because I was all on track. And then I realised in the Squidgy Pops that I hadn't set up any events or anything. And then I was like, so I panic moded it. Then I had to remember to do the post with the order list. And then once I did the post with the order list, I realised that I hadn't done my makeup and I'd set up the board and stuff was ready. So I did that, and then the kids needed me. So it just turned out that I was going to be late, and then the microphone didn't work. We're here now. Hello. I might seem a little bit flustered today. I think it's going to stay with me. Okay. Hello. Welcome to everybody joining. Right, couple of updates. Bursting Hearts are still available. They're definitely going to be available to the end of January. Following on from the end of January, I'll have to double check. But definitely till the end of January. We have new stock on the website. New stock in the new in section is on the website, and some of that new stock is included in the Bursting Hearts as well. I don't know obviously if they're on the board now, but they would definitely put in some hearts. So as you know, the hearts go in a little tub. The hearts go in a little tub, and then that tub I just dive in and pop them on the board in a random place. So yeah, they may be on the board, they may be in the tub still, but they're included in the Bursting Hearts. What else? All oysters are available. If you can hear a crackling, it's because I got a candle for Christmas, and it smells lovely, but it's got a wick that crackles like the sound of a fire. It's so cool. Like, it's crackles as it burns. Soothing crackle, fast fragrance, better burn. So yeah, it like crackles. It's got like a wooden wick, and it crackles. I don't know if you can hear. I'm actually going to show you now. I know you don't, but I'm gonna show you. So, are you ready? I'm going to be quiet. Can you hear this? It's my first experience with this type of candle, and I am in love. Like, honestly, I love the sound of, like, I'll sit there with YouTube on with just the fire sound. So yeah, it's obviously the perfect gift for me, and I love it. So yeah, I finally put it on today because I wanted to finish the candle we did have going. So yeah. If you hear random crackling, I don't know if you can, but if you would do while it's on here, that's what that is. So it is lovely. I thought it'd be quite soothing. I think that's everything. The order list is available, is open for today. If you would like to order, you can get added onto today's. Oh my gosh! So sorry again. Today's order list. Oh gosh. Right, should we just get started and then I'll get in the zone then. Deary me. Oh, today, with the bursting hearts, if you get a bonus, today these are still the 4 colours with the bonus. However, I have made today some more studs, and some more colours are available as well, but they won't be available today. They'll be available from Sunday. Oh, I'm brilliant. I'm glad everybody's enjoying the mail. Hello, 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 hello. I do. Oh my gosh. I'm fine. Honestly, I haven't yawned all day again until this point. I don't know where it came from. It is a wood wick. Crackles as it burns. That's all I've got. That's the logo. Yeah, and I can't pick up the candle because obviously it's on. Yeah, it's on. I don't want to ruin it by spilling wax everywhere. Right, so up first today is Elaine Bradley. Elaine, are you here? Also, the map's coming on really, really good, guys. Really good. I think I'm going to put photos on as well because I think, yeah, I don't know if you were all seeing it with the story time, but yeah, it's going really well. Elaine, hello, hello, hello. Elaine, you are first today with a bursting heart, my lovely. The bursting heart's got a slight funny shade to the camera, but I couldn't work out. I was running late, so we've gone with a slightly purpley hue over here. But what number hearts would you like? Would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? Oh, Carrie Ann, you're both very, very welcome. Hello, 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 hello. I'm just going to straighten up, where is it? Number 12, because that's slightly askew there. Oh, I've just made it more, or is that? Nope, that's better. That's fine. Number 3 and donate. Perfect. So number 3 is this one here. And let's bring you back across. And I always forget to get the knife out. Oh, let's tighten this up. Sorry. There we go. Okay, so if we get this open, Elaine. Let's go down. So in here, we have a pendant. You can see there's nothing else in there. I'll just pop it in my box down there I've got. Oh, I hope you like it, Chloe. Now you have a necklace, Elaine. Now this has already got a chain attached to it with a chain length. I believe it's 18 to 20 inches in length. So if you're not happy with that length, I can make it longer by adding an extension chain. So I hope that's okay. Now this does, I'm just resetting it so it sits straight. Okay, so this comes with one oyster opening. Now this one is on the website already. Oh, we're going to get it focused for you. It's under the elegant pendant section. And wow, thank you. Thank you ever so much for the stars there. Now Elaine, as you can see here, the chain comes down to here, and then you've got this crystal solid section coming across. going down almost into the V and then coming down as well, and your pearl gets set on down here and can move around slightly. I'm just going to bring you back up, because if I show you how it sits, like it would sit, I don't know if you can see, it would sit like that. Does that make sense? So it comes down, oh no wait, sorry, it comes down like that. So you see it much better in that sort of positioning opposed to being on the card there. So I hope you're happy with that one. And that, like I say, does come with the one oyster opening there, which does need to go onto the pendant. Is there a certain colour that you're hoping for? And you said you'd like to donate your shells. Perfect. So let me get this oyster open for you. Oh, the scratch map, I'll explain. So Elaine, let's go down. Now the scratch map basically started in January. So I'm scratching, I've got a UK map and a all around the world map, and I'm scratching off places, so everywhere where everyone is located who's placed an order. So then that way at the end of each month and at the end of the year I can see where I have sent orders to across the globe. So yeah, I scratch off a place if somebody has ordered from that area. Right, Elaine, hoping for anything but not pink. Okay, fingers crossed for no pink, my lovely. There's one side. And the other side. And in here, you are quadding. 1, 2, 3 and 4 pearls. There's no more on that side. So let me just have a squidge in here for you. First oyster of the night. And you are quadding, my lovely. There's no more in that one. Okay, which means you've got 4 pearls to choose from to which one you'd like on that pendant. The other 3 pearls are yours as well. It's just which one you'd like on that jewellery. Very welcome, Beverly. Okay, so you've got a gold, a burgundy red, a TARDIS blue, and you do have a candy floss pink, almost moving into a slightly pinkle tone to him. So gold, burgundy red, TARDIS blue, and I'm going to say pinkle actually. What do you think to those? And which one would you like on that necklace? If I run them through the board for you. So your gold is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he is a 7. The burgundy red is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. TARDIS blue's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. And the pinkle is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he is a 7. Oh, just hit the camera. Sorry, I've tried the camera in another different place. I went straight into it then. Oh, can you have the TARDIS blue on the necklace? Of course you can. Let me bring you back up here. And if I pop this safely in here for you. And then I'll write that down for you as well, my lovely. Oh, that candle is so relaxing, honestly. It's almost sleepy-like. I might have to blow it out if it does make me too sleepy. So we're going to have the TARDIS blue on there. Okay, Elaine, my lovely, I hope you're happy with that then. Thank you ever so much for the donations with your shells. And I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives as well. And that's safe up there for you. Amanda, you're very, very welcome. Oh, let me top up my hearts. Okay. So up next then today is Samantha Butler. Samantha Butler, are you here? And Elaine, you are very, very welcome. Michelle, thank you ever so much for the stars there. Stacey, I'm fine, thank you. How are you? And Larissa, thank you very much. Oh, I'm trying to read all comments today. Oh, and I've got quite a cool mug today as well. I've got my, no, this is actually my daughter's unicorn mug. It's a lovely mug. It's quite hard to drink from though. It's got a little unicorn. Linda, I'm fine, thank you. How are you? On the ball. I'm looking for Samantha Butler. Samantha, are you here? If anyone sees Samantha, please comment on her comments. That'll bring it forward so I can see. And Samantha, if you're here, please type I'm invisible. It'll bring your comment forward so I can see you. Thank you, Gavin, and welcome. Disney Princess's mug. Oh, I love that, Lindsay. Love, love, love that. Oh, such a good tea. One more sip. I think I've only had 2 teas this morning. I'm always shocked at myself when I don't have a tea in the afternoon. It's a real shock to the system when you then have one in the evening. Right, I haven't seen Samantha, so we're going to move on. If she does come on, we can add her in, but it will be to the end of the order list. Up next then is Mary Beth Lee Hirsch. Mary Beth, are you here? Oh, I'm obsessed with that candle. What kind of, no, it's just normal tea today. It's PG Tips decaf, I believe, with a couple of sweeteners in it, Sweetex sweeteners, and a little bit of milk. Nicola, you're very welcome. Mary Beth, hello, hello, hello. Mary Beth, shall we do your bursting heart first and then your oyster opening afterwards, if that's okay? So if we go across to the bursting hearts wall, which number heart would you like? And would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? It's a wood wick candle, so it crackles and sounds like a fire. So number 6, Mary Beth, perfect. Would you like, reaching over, to keep or would you like to donate your shells? Let's bring you back. And if we get him, okay, so let's get him open. Oh, and let's go down. Donate the shells, perfect. Thank you. Now you have a cage pendant there. There's nothing else in that one. Now this cage pendant, it's a larger cage pendant. It holds 1 pearl. And hopefully, as you know, with cage pendants, you can swap the pearls around at home. So you can change the pearl around to match your mood or your outfit at home if you have any spare pearls at home, or if you get any in the future. Now, I'm just making this so there we go. Now this is the butterfly cage pendant. It is beautiful. Now your pearl is going to be set, your pearl sits in the cage behind the centre of the butterfly, so the colour sort of comes around, surrounding the centre, it comes out surrounding that, and at the base of the wings as well is where the colour will come out. So if I just turn it around, oh, let me just get a little bit more leeway with this chain. Okay, so I turn it around, you can see here, this is where your pearl is going to be set. So you can sort of see where the pearl colour at the front will be shining, or not shining through, but showing through the front of the butterfly there. I hope you're happy with that one, Mary Beth. And like I said, that comes with the one opening there. So let me bring you back up again for your oyster opening. You'd like to donate your shells. Is there a certain colour that you're hoping for? So you have this one here. And let's go down. Okay, so your first oyster. There's one side and the other side, and in here you have a autumn peach. There's no more in that one. So you have an autumn peach, my lovely. I hope you're happy with this colour. Let me just dry him up for you. Quite a nice deeper autumn peach there. And if I run him through the board, he's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He is a 6.5. Mary Beth, what do you think to this one, my lovely? I'm just going to bring you back up again. Perfect, perfect. Right, you also have an additional oyster opening as well. What type of oyster would you like? And would you like to keep, or would you like to donate your shells? New rainbow and donate. Perfect. Now, is there a certain colour you're hoping for with this one? Oh, okay. So the one that I picked out, or the one that jumped out? So we don't normally offer, obviously, as you guys know, we don't normally offer to sort of pick which oyster is which, because I dive in the bag and that is a complete random pick anyway. But when one sort of comes out alongside the one I pick out and lands on the desk, I do give you the offer, because it could either be fate that this is the one that I picked out, or fate that this is the one that jumped out. So it's up to you. Which one would you like to go for? They look pretty much the same size here, if you can see that. So yeah, the one that I picked out or the one that jumped out. What do you think? My right hand, I can't, Mary Beth. The one in my right hand is absolutely fine, but I don't know which one my right hand is to you. So for me, this is my right hand, the one that's in the air. Is that correct? Is this the one you would like? Just because it's a mirror image and it always blows my mind with the rights and lefts. This one. So this is the right to you. See, that blows my mind. How is that the right to you? I don't know. But okay, that's fine. That's your one. See, if you're seeing a mirror image, how is my right the same as your right? I don't know. Anyway, let's get this one open for you. Donating the shells. Is there a certain colour that you're hoping for? Let's go down. Okay, so in here. There's one side and the other side, and in here we have, oh, popped out there, we have a darker pearl. There's no more in that one. So you have a dark silver. Now he does have a slight overtone of a olive green to him, but only slightly. I did see that you was hoping for that blue. So if you would prefer to swap this one, we can do that for you. So silver. With a slight overtone of olive green. You like that one? Perfect. So just confirm for me, are you happy for that one to go onto the jewellery? Yep, we're in the office now. We moved. I do have new cameras as well. A little while ago we got the new cameras, but yeah. Not the fridge in my kitchen. I do not recommend that in any way, shape or form. But it is best to keep them cooler, yes. Obviously I bring everything in here for a live. That's the one. Perfect. Mary Beth then, my lovely. I've got that down for you. Thank you ever so much for the donations with your shells. And I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. And that's safe up there for you. We moved into my office, Gaga. So we're in the office now. So just, yeah, moved from the house into the office. Right. Mary Beth, you're very, very welcome. Up next today is Sam Adelwale. No. I think I've mispronounced your name completely, Sam. If that's the case, I'm ever so sorry. But Sam Adwale, are you here? Oh, Sam, I'm so sorry. So what I've got is I've got your loyalty card, and then I've got your order, but it's got the same email address, but I didn't realise. And I've even got, I've got here that it's Sam Linkson. I have, it's just I didn't put that on the loyalty card because I didn't put that there. So that's such a coincidence that are you twice on the order list then? That's such a coincidence that you were next to each other as well. Oh, I'm so sorry, but hello. Hello, hello, hello. Right, where are we? Right, so we'll do your bursting heart first. Let me just top this back up. And then we'll do your loyalty card. Sorry, my lovely. Right, so moving to the bursting hearts wall. Which number hearts would you like? And would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? Number 12 and donate. So let me bring you back and let's get this one open for you. So these hearts are our bursting hearts, which you can find on the website under the fun section or the Valentine's Day section. As you can see, you pick which number hearts you would like, and then I'm going to open it up. So let's go down. Inside is your item of jewellery. And this one has a bonus, Sam. So you can see there's nothing else in here, which means because you have a bonus, you get to pick which pair of 925 stud earrings with crystal pearls you would like. So the colour choices are cream, mulberry pink, Eden green or Tahitian. Which one would you like? Cream, mulberry pink, Eden green or Tahitian? Has the office lost much of my garden? Well, it's no, because I did have something. I had like a shed here before, so we just basically took that down and reused that space plus a bit more. But we also had a trampoline, so that trampoline's got moved. So yes, it's taken up space, but not space that we was like, we're not missing the space, if that makes sense. Your son to pick who's watching with you, and he says green. That's a good choice. Okay, so there's a pair of greens there, which are yours if I just attach these onto here for you. And then the item you have got is a pendant. So let me just take the bonus section away. Now this is called on the website the Woven Pendant. Now we do have the whole set on there. We've got woven pendant, earrings and ring. So this one is 925 silver. And look at him, it's beautiful. The pearl gets set right in the centre. So this one comes with one oyster opening. And the pearl does need to go onto this item of jewellery. So it gets set right in the centre. And it's called the Woven Pendant because you can see that the design weaves in and out, in and out, going around in the circle. You love it, Sam. Oh, I'm glad you're happy with him. So that comes with one oyster opening. Would you like, I forgot what you'd like to do with the shells, sorry. And is there a certain colour that you're hoping for? So if we dive in here, and let's get him open. Are they actually crystal? Normal pearls are real dyed freshwater pearls. Yes, so they're like, crystal pearls are a man-made pearl, and obviously the pearls which come out of the oysters are real pearls, if that makes sense. So the crystal pearls are man-made pearls. You can tell the difference, like, I don't know if you can see colour-wise. I mean, I'll show you in after this opening. I can do a zoom in of the colours, but you can tell the difference, but not massively so. Like I can tell the difference. I'm sure a lot of people could with some colours, but the creams, for example, would be very hard to tell the difference with unless you knew what you're looking for, kind of thing, if that makes sense. Right, so Sam, donate the shells and hoping for any colour. So your oyster here. There's one side. And the other side. And in here you, oh, 1 and 2 both popped out there. You are twinning. And there's no more in that one. You are twinning, my lovely. Should the pearls get wet? No, we do advise that if you're going to shower or anything like that, we do advise to take the jewellery off. There's lots of do's and don'ts around pearls, like if you're going to put perfume on, take the jewellery off before you put the perfume on. If you're going to do the washing up, basically don't get any chemicals, because obviously they are a natural product. Don't get any chemicals, don't leave them in the sun or anything like that, because obviously as anything can, it can get sun-kissed. Obviously to wear them in the sun is fine, but I mean don't leave them on the windowsill out for days and days and days on end. But yeah, we do advise you to take them off before getting in the shower. But there is a care guide on the website, so if you go onto the website and go, it just says care guide, and you have a little read through that, and it's just the do's and don'ts with pearls and jewellery. I hope that helps. Now the pearls you have here are two-tonal blurple pearls. Now blurples are a mix between blue and purple. So if I just show you this two-tonalness, so you can see it gets lighter and darker as you go around the pearl here, almost into like a silvery galaxy-like colour. And then pearl 2 is darker but still does have that lighter, almost stripe to it. So I hope you're happy with these. And do you have a preference to which one you'd like on the jewellery? This one is more two-tonal as you go around. It does change with the lighter and the darker areas. This one is overall darker with that one lighter section. Which one would you prefer to go onto the jewellery? Both pearls are yours. Just which one to go on the jewellery, Samantha. Amanda, bless you. Thank you ever so much for the stars there. Oh, bless you with the water. Okay, well, no, now you know. Just if you can remember, it is best to take them off before getting in the shower or like doing the washing up or anything like that. Can you have the two-tonally one on the jewellery? You can indeed. I'm going to pop that in there and I'll write it down as well, but that way I'm definitely not going to get that wrong. Okay, so if I bring you back up again. I might post the care guide on the page for everyone. I don't think it's not too long of a section, or I can bullet point it possibly to make it easier to read, just as a little refresher. I could do that. So we're going to have the more two-tonal blurple on there. Perfect. Did I not measure them? Did I measure them? I'm going to measure them. Oh, it's one of those days. Let's go back down. Let me just take the staples out. Oh, it's hard to take staples out with gloves on. I'm trying not to make holes in the gloves. Normally we take the staples out, obviously, because we reuse these bags. I've never done... Oh, no. Oh, I made a hole. There we go. Okay, so the one that's going, I'll do them separately. The one that's going to be going on the jewellery, so this is the more two-tonal of them, is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. And then the darker one with the lighter stripe is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5, so you've actually got the larger of the two on the jewellery as well. So slightly different sizes, Sam. Just confirm for me, are you still happy with the larger of the two, the more two-tonal one on there? I'm shaking my head at myself, not at anyone, it's just to me. I'm going to ask Aaron for another tea. That will, maybe a caffeinated tea. Oops. Any news on the new measuring board? No, Gemma. There isn't. Maybe I need to chase that up. I need to make these notes down because I'm going to forget them already. So we're going to have measuring board and we're going to have care guide. Because I will forget. I am terrible with my memory. Samantha, yes, perfect. Okay, right, you also then have your loyalty card, so you can pick any oyster with this one. What type of oyster would you like? Oh, would you like to keep, or would you like to donate your shells? Sorry, I just put my hand out and knocked over. Oh, it's going to be one of those nights. It's just turning into... Oh. Have I scratched off Scotland? I've got the different sections of Scotland. So there's 2 sections at the moment that I can't see which ones they are. So I'll show you, if you can see on this map, there I've scratched off, and then completely opposite I've scratched off. That is Scotland, isn't it? Have I just completely... Yeah, because that's Wales. Yeah, tell you, I'm learning so much about geography doing these maps. I honestly search about half an hour after each, like the day following each live, about half an hour of my morning goes into researching where these places are. I mean, I'm loving it, but yeah, I'm learning so much, so I hope I just got that right. I really do hope so. Nunu, donate the shells, and it's been one of those days for you. Oh, bless you, Samantha. It's just one of those that you just have to laugh, don't you? Have I scratched off Surrey? I mean, I know what I can do. Let me bring up the... I'll tell you the exact places, because obviously I've got all the little videos of where I've scratched off and I've named them. So, where are we? Surrey. They're not in alphabetical order. Might be too long to do this. No, haven't just scratched off Surrey, I don't think. Although they are the only videos that I've processed, it may be ones that I haven't processed yet. Okay, so let's go down. Nicola, thank you for the shells. So, for the shells? Nicola, thank you for the stars. Oh, dearie me. Right, Samantha, your Nunu Rainbow Oyster. There's one side. And the other side. Okay, so in here. And you are twinning. I am, Gemma, I really am. I'm trying so hard as well. Okay, so twinning with chocolatey purple twins. Have I not, Chloe? So at the moment on the map, I don't think I've scratched off the last. I'll explain in a second. Okay, give me a second. So you've got chocolate purple twins here. So they're base chocolate. I don't think you can see the purple on this camera actually, but to me they've got this purple overtone to them. Now, if you're happy with these, Samantha, that's perfect. If you're not, we can swap them for you. So chocolate number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. Chocolate number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. Oh, he was still in the board then. Oh, he's an 8. So they're both 8s there. Now, what do you think to these? They look lovely. Oh, perfect. So you're happy with those. Let me bring you back up. The map videos, Bronnie, are posted on Facebook or Instagram stories, and each one lasts for about 24 hours before it disappears. I am going to post, like, for example, at the end of January, I'm going to put all the videos together and make like a little snippet of all the orders from January, and then obviously so on. I'm just trying to find this here so I can show you. Okay, now Samantha, my lovely, I'm glad you're happy with that. Thank you ever so much for the donations of your shells, and that's safe up there for you. Now, as you can see here, this is my practice map. So basically, because obviously I've only got one scratch, if I get it wrong, it's wrong, which as you'll see, when we get to Derbyshire and Denbighshire, basically I scratched off the map for Denbighshire and scratched off Derbyshire on the map, and then vice versa. So luckily I did need to scratch them both off, but I got them completely mixed up with the flags, and you'll see those videos are coming. So this one is my practice. That this is ones where I've already coloured in. I don't think I've put, there are a few places that I haven't put on here yet, but yeah. So basically I am getting everyone on there, but it may take me a few days because yeah, I do need to, there's a few processes, so hopefully I don't get it wrong, and I still got one wrong. But it's fine. It's fine. Right. So yeah, anyone can find those on our stories. Oh, Denbighshire. No, Denbighshire. I'm sorry, Chrissy. It says Denbighshire, but it's Denbighshire. Denbighshire? Denbighshire. Denbighshire? No, the map will be for orders of throughout the whole of 2022. But I'm going to do a full video at the end of each month of additions that month, Gemma, if that makes sense. So obviously, because January is the first month of the year, January is going to be more busy because obviously it's starting from anew. But as we move on in the year, there's going to be less and less videos, I presume, because obviously a lot of places, or the most common places, would already be scratched off. So then it's just going to be, yeah, adding if new places come in. Does that make sense? So yeah, January's full of new places, but yeah, as we go on, there may not be, if that makes sense. Oh, right, okay. I'm talking about the map a lot today, but it does make me happy doing the map. And then of course we've got the world map here, which has got 3 countries, but I know there's more states in the US that I need to scratch off, which I haven't yet because I wasn't sure on where they were. Now that's only because my map has it's only got them in their, what's it called? It's only got them in their initials, but it's not initials. So on my map in the US, it's got all the different states in like the 3 letters. What are they called? So it hasn't got the full name, it's got the abbreviation. Sorry, Aaron just walked in. It's got the abbreviation. So I need to confirm what each abbreviation means, because I didn't know.
They're not all abbreviations.
They're not all abbreviations. See, I don't know. I need to do my research before I scratch it off, so I don't get it wrong. That's just me. I'm not.
It's called in America, but like over here we have it as postal codes. So.
No, on the map. Go have a look on the map of the US, because obviously it can't fit all the bits in. It's got all the like.
Yeah, that's. It is an abbreviation, but not all of them match up to a correct abbreviation. I don't mean that as not the way I mean that.
You mean it's not the spelt way, it's what the name would be way.
Because there will be several, I don't know if this is the right one, but let's say there were several states that started with AB. You couldn't just go AB for 5 different states.
Zip, so basically, but some
zip
of the
code.
So some of the US ones I haven't scratched off yet, and that's just because I've got to do my research onto what's what, so I don't get it wrong, because I'm not very good with geography. Can we close the door when you...
difference between Northern and Republic of Ireland.
Yeah. Shh, don't tell people that. Hey. Thank you for the tea. Right. Okay. I'm talking a lot about the map, I'm so sorry. Right. Up next today is... I've got such an itchy nose right on the end of my nose here. KTY would be Kentucky. See, I'm going to give you an example. Hang on, but I'm going to have to put you on the bursting heart because I don't like standing up on camera. You can still see me if I like poke my head in. So, for example, we've got MT, ND, SD, ME, KS, OK, TX, which I'm guessing is Texas, but obviously I don't want to presume. CA, AZ, KY, NT, GA, SN, CNC, NY, which I'm guessing is New York. So yeah, it's all 2-letter bits, which I just don't want to get wrong. So yeah, I've just got to do my research basically. Because I'd hate to scratch off something which wasn't actually there. Does that make sense? So yeah. South Dakota. Oh, I love saying South Dakota. It's just postal abbreviations. Okay, that might be easier. Basically, I'm going to research and just see if I can get a list of basically, this is this. It'll make it so much easier. Right, okay. Up next is Suzanne Purdy. Suzanne, are you here? AZ, Arizona, CA, California, LA, Louisiana, which is you. Oh, sorry. Okay. I'm going to make it my mission over the weekend to get the US map. What did somebody say they are? Zip codes. Suzanne, hello. Postal abbreviations. Okay, that's my goal over the weekend, is to get that, so then I can definitely fill in all the US ones without getting it wrong. Because yeah, I'd hate to do that. I'd want to get it right. Right, okay, Suzanne, my lovely, you have 2 openings altogether, because I've added on your loyalty card as well. So, with your 2 oysters, what type of oysters would you like? And would you like to keep, or would you like to donate your shells? They are the zip codes, perfect. If I just put down the zip codes. Okay. You're getting a long... It's state of operations. If you look at zip code or postcode, it will give you money. Thank you. I will do it. I'm going to print off a nice list, and then I can add it to this map. So then I can put them all together, and it's just my it's my backup Make sure you don't get that wrong kind of map. Mystery. Perfect. Is there certain colours that you're hoping for, Suzanne? And we're donating the shells. Thank you ever so much. So you've got 1, 2. They're not zip, they're state. I've got down state abbreviations, postal abbreviations, and zip codes. So I'll research them all and see what what matches up. So then I can't go. Hopefully, I can't go too far wrong. So Suzanne, I'm just getting these 2 open for you. And let's go down. Donating the shells. Are there certain colours that you're hoping for? So, ooh, double pop there. Not sure, we're going to wait and see. Okay, so there's your mother of pearl. Now you can see here you've got a beautiful, larger, bright, hot pink pearl there. And there's no more in that one. So here is your hot pink pearl. It's just the noise. I just like to describe the noise, but the noise has nothing to do with the pearl that's inside. Moving on to oyster number 2. Again, we have a softer pop there. Ooh, and in here, there's your mother of pearl. And I can see here you are twinning. Oh, runaways 1 and 2. So let me have a squidge in here for you. And there's no more in that one. So you are twinning. Let me just dry these up for you as well. Now these are dark, deep purple twins here. So if I hold them up so you can see. So bright pink, and they are definitely purple, but they are that nice darker, deeper purple. What do you think to these? Now again, Suzanne, if you're happy with these, that's perfect. And if you're not happy, I can swap them for you. If I run them through the board, the pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. Purple number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. And purple number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. He's an 8. So the purples are measuring at different sizes there. What do you think, my lovely? Lovely, can we please swap one of the purples for a rose gold? You can indeed. Do you have a preference? As in, would you prefer to swap out the larger or the smaller purple? So the larger purple is in the centre, the smaller purple is on the outer edge, if it makes any difference at all. And I'm just having a look for the rose gold for you. How about this? Oh, dropped 2. How about this one here? Do you know that big pot of pearls, guys? I actually sorted it out. Oh, it's actually they're all put away now. Also, I've added in this rose gold here. If you could just confirm if that is the correct shade of rose gold that you're looking for. Barbara, that emoji, that rose emoji just took me straight to, we've got a new rose pendant in the new in section on the website, but it's beautiful. Like the vine of it has got like a beading look to the stem. It is lovely. Doesn't matter which purple, and that one's great. Well, I'm going to take, because I'm going to say that this one's slightly darker, so I'm going to take him and then leave you with the slightly brighter of the two. But Suzanne, I hope you're happy with that there. I'm just going to pop these in here for you. And on here, so I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives, my lovely. Thank you ever so much for the donations with your shells, and that's safe up there for you. You'll check it out. I'll pop the link in just to show you, because it is, honestly, the emoji looks, you'll see what I mean. It's called Gifted. Oh, I love it. It's called Gifted Rose Pendant. I think it might be the detailing of the top bit. Let me post it in here. Oh, Malin, bless you. Thank you ever so much for the stars there. The Bleeding Heart Pendant. Yes, Kathy. The Bleeding Heart Pendant we had a few years ago. I let it go out of stock, and obviously but I recently got it back in again, because I do love the Bleeding Heart Pendant. Right, up next today is Pauline Whitsbreads. Pauline, are you here? Oh, Amy, that's amazing. Thank you, my lovely. Oh, that is amazing. Oh, you're a star, Amy. Thank you. I might print that off and then use that as my practice one, how I've got the UK, so then I definitely don't get it wrong when I do those ones. Thank you, my lovely. Pauline, hello, hello, hello. Now, Pauline, you have your order with a bursting heart here. However, I don't know if anybody remembers, but on the last live and the live before, we had a lovely lady called Sarah who wanted to come on, and she wanted to donate her loyalty card, so her free opening. And basically she's emailed me and she's picked what night the loyalty card would be gifted on and the number person in the order list. Now, we all know that the order list gets popped on as whoever orders first gets popped on the order list first. So it just so happens, Pauline, that your order was the number that she's chosen. So that means you get a extra oyster opening today. So that's gifted from Sarah. I don't know if she wants me to say her last name or not, so I'm just going to say Sarah for now. But yeah, it's gifted from Sarah. So yeah, you get an extra oyster opening. So we'll do your bursting heart afterwards if that's okay, and we'll do your gifted opening first, which means you get to pick what type of oyster you would like, and if you'd like to keep or if you'd like to donate your shells, Pauline. Truly is, Barbara. It truly is. New and donate. Perfect. Would there be a certain colour that you're hoping for with this one, Pauline? So you have this oyster here. Have I got... No, I thought I had Kovu in here then. Right, so let's go down. So this is your new rainbow oyster. Darker colour. Okay, so there's one side and the other side. Oh, and he is a darker colour there. You've got a darker, quite a nice, richer chocolate pearl here. Oh, Linda, don't. Honestly. I get freaked out sometimes walking from the office to the house. Now, I shouldn't, because there's cameras and there's lights and there's like everything going on. But yeah, I get sometimes freaked out and swear I see like a little... I freak myself out so easily. Now, Pauline, this is a chocolate pearl here. If you're happy with this one, that's perfect. If you're not happy, we can swap him for you. If I measure him for you as well, he's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Lovely colour, perfect, Pauline. I'm glad you're happy with that one. So you also then do have your bursting heart. So let's go across. Oh, I just need to top up number 12. Okay, so which number heart would you like? And are we donating these shells as well? Number 5, this one here, and donate. Okay, so number 5. Let's... Oh, he's already slightly open here. I have to pop tape on the bottom so this doesn't happen. You can see it's almost escaping, which is also why the items inside are obviously in the little bags, just so we don't lose anything. That's why the tape goes on the bottom, just to double check. Oh, wow. I love this one, Pauline. Okay, so this one is actually a double item, if you like. It comes with one oyster opening. Now, let me just pop all this together. When I did this prize, or this pick, I really just, yeah, I get really excited. So basically you've got a necklace or a pendant and matching earrings. Okay, so the earrings are 925 silver, stud back earrings. Oh, now these are the rainbow heart set. Okay, so as you can see, as we move the hearts around, they've got all of the rainbow colours in. Now, this does come with one oyster opening, and the pearl would get set on the pendant. Or you can still have the oyster opening, but you can have the set as it is, and then you can have the pearl loose. So you don't have to have the pearl on here if you don't want to. That's completely up to you, Pauline. So I'm just trying to show you, it's got all the colours in that rainbow. It just depends where the light hits it. Oh, so I hope you're happy with that. Let me just pop these back in their little bags, bear with me. It is beautiful, this set. I believe from the top of my head, I think it's called the Twinkle Set, and it's under matching items on the website. Yeah, I believe it's called the Twinkle Set. Definitely under matching sets on the website. Right, so is there a certain colour you're hoping for, Pauline? You'd like to... Oh no, that's a stinker. Can you see the stink lines? That will get added to the stinker. So I told Kia the other day that she can be opening the stinkers outside with me. She was like, oh. I was like, yup. Yep, this one looks fine. Okay, so is there a certain colour that you're hoping for? And yeah, are you thinking pearl on or pearl off of the jewellery? Let's go down. So in here, there's one side and the other side, and you're twinning. There's no more in that one. You are twinning, my lovely. You're thinking pearl on. Okay, so let me show you this colour here and you can have a look. You've actually got a really unusual colour and you're twinning with them. You've got steel blue here. So these are like a bluey silver, which hopefully you can see. So you can see the blue with the silver, silver with the blue overtone, which we call steel blue. So that's a beautiful pearl, again, twinning pearl. Would you like to see one of those on that jewellery? Of course, you still get the other pearl as well. Let me run them through the board. Steel blue number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5. Blue number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5 as well. So they're the same size there. Oh, I keep knocking stuff over today. Yes, please. One on the jewellery. Perfect. Let me just bring you back up. And then, of course, you'll get the other one there as well. Such an unusual opening, Pauline, but I hope you're happy with everything there. So if I just write down here, we're going to have steel blue. Now, Pauline, you have picked a cord. Are you still happy to have a cord for that heart to go on to, or would you prefer to change it to a chain? And if it is a cord, I make them to size, so I will need to know what length you'd like me to make it to. You can either let me know now on the live, or you can email me that information across if you would prefer to. First order. Oh, I love that. I do hope you're happy. I've never seen steel blue, Linda. I think it's come out only a handful of times. The rarest colour, it would be steel blues, Smurf blues and oil slicks, I think. Can you have a chain? Yes, of course. Do you know what length chain you would like? They're always available, Nicola, and it completely depends on, of course, when they're ordered. I definitely normally do include them in the raffles, which are every couple of months. So yeah, it just depends if they're ordered. It is a shell, Barbara. So 18 or 20 inches, I'd say, is the most common sizes, Pauline, which I'd say is in the middle. Do you think one of those would be okay? Or would you prefer to go away and sort of measure, and if you've got a chain at home, measure just to see what that is, and then you can email me the choice across? Yeah, my cup is a shell cup, but it's a thin cup. It's like long, but then thin. It's a lovely cup though. 18-inch, perfect. Pauline, then, my lovely, I hope you're happy with everything there. Thank you for the donations with your shells, and yeah, I hope you're happy with everything once it arrives as well. And that's safe up there for you. Perfect. Let me just top up the hearts again. Oh, no, I didn't. Don't know how I managed to do that then. Can you see number 5? No. So I hooked it on the number 5 and not on the pin. Oh, Nicola, bless you. Thank you for the stars. Oh, wow, but definitely wanted to... Oh, bless you, Nicola. Thank you. So, up next today is Kerry Lowe. Kerry, are you here? I've got such an itchy end of my nose today. Like, right on the tip. Not in the nose, just... I swear I must be allergic to something, because I've only ever got an itchy nose while I'm on the live as well. I don't know what it would be though. So I'm just printing these off. So Kerry, if you are here, I'm ever so sorry, I haven't seen your comment just yet. Just because I'm just printing these orders off as well, just because we're going to be doing an updated order list after Kerry's opening here. I do have a mystery person a little bit later on this evening. Yeah, I need to double check timings, but I believe it is a little bit later on, so I'll double check before I read this out. Okay, so let me come back to you. Kerry, are you here? Brianna, I hope you have a fast recovery, my lovely. Oh no, Nicola. So Kerry Lowe, are you here? Oh, Kerry, you are here with Hayden. Oh, bless you. Sorry to keep you both waiting there. Sorry, guys. Okay, so Kerry and Hayden, can you have number 8 and donate the shells? Of course you can. Oh, number 8 is this one right here. So let's take that off there. And if I bring you back again. I've got to switch hands to switch the camera back, so it takes always a second to click it. Right, let's get this open. I'd rather not have an argument. I don't know, unless someone's, I don't know, poured paint all over my floor. I'm pretty happy today. So, Kerry and Hayden in here. Oh, wow. Emma, bless you. Thank you ever so much for the stars there. Oh, now you have a cage pendant as well. Now, your cage pendant is a beautiful one. Let me just pop this on here so you can see. So as you know, with cage pendants, you can swap and change the pearls around inside. So at home with spare pearls, or if you get any in the future, you can do that. Oh, let's give this a little bit more slack so I can show you. Now this is the heart cage pendant. So let's see if I can show you this detail. So in the center there is where your pearl sits. so your pearl colour will shine all the way through. Then you've got this filigreed heart design going all the way around. It's quite a nice textured design as well that goes all the way around the outside heart. Now if I turn this around, you can wear this pendant this way round as well, because it has, oh, let me just get it focused. It has this flower design on the cage, and then you've got the backing of the heart shape, and again you can see the pearl through that flower there. So it can be double-sided, however this is obviously the front with that heart there. I hope you're both happy with that one. Nicole, bless you, thank you ever so much for the stars there, my lovely. So if I bring you back up again, your oyster opening, you'd like to donate these shells. Now, is there a certain colour, Kerry, that you and Hayden are hoping for? Just have to double check any for stink lines. Apparently they keep coming out of that bag and I'm not sure where they're coming from. Right, let's go down. So in here, that cage pendant's on the website, Donna. It's under the Valentine's Day section. So in the description above is our website, www.pearlsofbrecon.com. And yes, go to the Valentine's Day section, it's in there. So Kerry, there's one side and the other side. Oh, and straight away you've got a bright coral runaway. And another coral in here. You are twinning. And there's no more in that one. So you are twinning corals. Let me just dry these up. Now visually it does look like one coral is slightly brighter than the other. I hope you're happy with these. Samantha, hello. Would you like me to add you back in for today, Samantha? Now the lighter of the corals is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And the slightly brighter of the corals is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7 as well. Kerry, like I say, I hope you're both happy with those colours there. If I bring you back up again. Very happy, perfect. I'm glad you are. Yep, that's the pendant there, the heart cage pendant. Okay, so I'm going to be doing an updated order list. Don't breathe into that cup while drinking because it's an oval opening, so the steam just went straight into my eye. It's not hot, it's just, oh. Oh no, not a problem, Samantha. Are you happy for me to add you back in this evening, or would you prefer it to be a different day? I'm just about to do an updated order list, so I'll add you on. But yeah, if you prefer it a different day, let me know. That's not a problem. Okay, so I'll do a verbal order list. Up next is Kathy Rax, and then we have Holly Twos. Then we have our mystery person. Now our mystery person has requested after a certain time, so hopefully that time will have passed. If not, I may move them back 1 or 2 people. So then it's the mystery person, then Katie Him. I hope I pronounced that correctly, Katie. And then Samantha Butler, I've added you in there as well. Yes, Katie, you are added, my lovely. So that's 5 people on the order list. So if you would like to order, you can be added on for today. Just need to order on the website, then you'll get automatically added onto the order list. And then I'll do another updated order list if we need one when I get to the end of this one. Okay, I hope that will make sense. So up next is Kathy Rax. Kathy, are you here? It's Jim, but I say Jim. Thank you for confirming, Katie. I will try to remember. And it's not you. Honestly, it's me. I am terrible with names. Even names like that, I may have grown up with somebody with that name. If I read it, for some reason, I just can't seem to... it just doesn't work. So yeah, if you're used to watching our lives, I don't know why I'm tearing up. I just can't. So yeah, I am ever so sorry. Why am I tearing up? Oh, and Kathy, you're here. Hello. Oh, Kathy. Oh, hang on. I can't read. Oh, I don't know what happened then. Oh, dearie me. I'm just going to have a sip of tea. Okay, Kathy, hello. Okay, Natural, donate the shells. You've got 3 openings altogether. Oh, no, that's the wrong bag. This bag here. So, are there certain colours, Kathy, that you're hoping for? Is this the normals bag? Yes. 1, 2, and 3. Thank you, guys. Must be just... I'm having one of those days. Oh. Kathy, my lovely, donating the shells. Are there certain colours that you're hoping for? So, let's go down. Thank you, Emma. So, Natural Oyster number 1. No, can't be pregnant, I'm afraid, Penny. Oh, no, yeah, I can't be pregnant. I want another puppy, but yeah, I can't be pregnant. Right, so, now normal oyster number 1. There's one side. And the other side. And in here, oh, thank you, Fiona. You have a bridal white. And there's no more in that one. It's such a big oyster, that one. You have a bridal white. Is it one that I wouldn't be able to read out, Samantha? So let me show you to him. Actually, it's almost got that creamy tone. Let me just have a look. I do apologise, Kathy. It's got a slightly creamier tone to him. Oh, I see, Penny. Oh, I do apologise. Yes. No. Yes. I understand. So, moving on to oyster number 2. There's one side. Oh, and the other side. And in here, you are twinning. And you're twinning with lighter rose gold twins here. There's no more in that one. So if I dry him up for you. And here they are. They do say that, Penny. I just completely misunderstood. I'm sorry. So, cream pearl and twinning rose golds. And then moving on to oyster number 3, Kathy. There's one side and the other side. And in here, this time you do have a bridal white here. And there's no more in that one. Okay, so you've got a bridal white, a cream, and a twinning rose golds. What do you think to these? Now, if you're happy with these, that's perfect. I'll need to know which ones you'd like where. If you're not happy and you prefer to swap these, Kathy, we can do so. So, the cream pearl is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5. The bridal white is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5. And then rose gold number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5. And rose gold number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5 as well. Can you have the twins on the earrings? Perfect. And swap the bridal white to match the earrings. And then is that one going on the other item? Just having a little look to see if I can swap that now for you. Yep. Okay, so if I just hold up this swap for you, just so you can confirm. Are you happy with that one there? So obviously the one that's above the twins. Did I measure them? I don't know if I did. Did I measure them? The cream is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5. The rose gold I've added in is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5. Rose gold number 1 twin is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5. And rose gold number twin number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5. Thank you. Thank you, Jacqueline. Yes, that's perfect. Oh, I don't know what's going on with me today. Perfect. So, Kathy, I'm going to put the twins in one bag, just because obviously we don't want to mix it up with the singles. So the twins are in there. So they are definitely going to go on the earrings. And then we're going to have the single one on the other item. Then you've got your cream pearl as a loose pearl. So let me just write this all down for you. I hope you're happy with that though. I need a sing-song. Oh, I need a good sing-song. I haven't had one in such a long time. Like proper like belter sing-song. It always makes me feel better. So we're going to have rose gold twins on here. Then we're going to have the single rose gold on there. Perfect. Kathy, I hope you're happy with that then. Thank you for the donations with your shells. And yeah, I hope you're happy with everything once it arrives as well. Safe up there for you. Thank you, Kathy, my lovely. Turn around. Oh, I love that song as well. I did a duet for my music exam. Another girl sang it and I sang the background bit because it was her test. I did something else for my test and I sang that for her. I love that bit. I love that song. Did you hear my throat gurgle then? I took a big drink of tea and then my throat gurgled before I could swallow it. Okay, so up next then today is Holly Twos. Holly, are you here? Oh, pick 2 hearts up then. Let's go for the one the ribbon I picked. I do. I play the flute, and then I had a few lessons in piano and then I self-taught, but I'm not very good at piano. But yeah, I play the flute. Obviously not like that. Holly, hello, 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 hello. Number 12. Oh, you're all beating me to it, Holly. So you do have a bursting heart there. Let me just take you across. So number 12, donate the shells. Perfect. So let me grab number 12 for you. And if I come across here, so every now and then again, let's go down. Never coming round. Oh, I love this one. Okay, so there's nothing else in there. I think I seem to be loving everything that comes out today. Now you have a cage pendant. Now this cage pendant can hold multiple pearls. I think it's 8 or 9 pearls depending on the size of the pearls. Okay, so this is called the Heart's Content Cage Pendant. It is stunning. So you can see here you've got a smaller heart in the middle and then the outer heart is just layered up. Now it's the same both sides. I just want to show you. I mean, I'm gonna grab the hot pinks because they're easier because they're just right next to me. I'm going to try and see if I can get all the same size pearls in it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, maybe I was wrong. Okay, that's 7 pearls there. I mean, look at... Oh, it's just stunning, this pendant. Oh, so Carol, yours holds 9. So this one here I've just done 7. I think I've grabbed bigger pearls. Oh, let me get it focused. But obviously you can obviously have all the different colour pearls, but that's how they sit in the cage pendant. So, oh, I haven't closed it properly on that side. It is stunning. Holly, you're happy with that? Perfect. So if you get any, if you have any pearls loose at home, or if obviously you get any in the future, obviously you can fill that up and then just swap them and change them around. You saw how easy it is to just change the pearls around there. So I'm glad you're happy with that one. And he does come with the 1 oyster opening there. So your oyster opening, donating the shells, is there a certain colour that you're hoping for? Let me get him open. And let's go down. So your surprise oyster. There's one side. Something bright. Okay. Oh, and the other side. Oh, and Holly, you are twinning. Twinning with Icy Blue twins here. Now they are slightly two-tonal. There's no more in that one. Now they're slightly two-tonal here, and they're definitely visually different in size. So you've got a larger and a smaller blue here. Holly, I hope you're happy with these. And these start off that collection for the pearls and the hearts. And obviously you don't need to fill up the heart, because then the pearls would, if the pearls were small enough, the pearls could actually move around the heart. So you don't have to fill it. You could just have them as they, as they are. The visually smaller blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5. The visually larger blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. You love them. Perfect. Holly, I'm glad you're happy with everything there. Let me just bring you back up again. So I'm just popping these safely in here for you as well. So thank you ever so much for the donations with your shells there, Holly. And of course, I hope that you'll be happy with everything once it arrives as well. And that's safe up there for you. Can't wait to get it. You'll get a dispatch email once they are sent out, but I'm glad you're happy. Right, up next is our mystery person. Now I do hope that they are here. Okay. So, I'm looking for a Georgia Marie. Georgia Marie, are you here? Hello Sonia, welcome to everybody joining. Georgia, hello. Oh my gosh, hello. So you're our mystery person today, Georgia. So before I start, I've actually got a little something I need to read for you. Okay, so I hope I can do this justice. Okay. This is for the one I call my Babalicious, because to me you are delicious. When you walk into a room, everything becomes brighter. When I got to know you, I found a fighter. Through COVID and life has not always been kind. With the love and strength you share, nothing will ever change my mind. I love you, my Georgia B. Thank you for sharing life with me. So before I marry you in 2022, here's a pearly reminder that I love you. I'm going to read that one more time. So I'm going to read it one more time for you, Georgia. This is for the one I call my Babalicious, because to me you are delicious. When you walk into a room, everything becomes brighter. When I got to know you, I found a fighter. Though COVID and life has not always been kind, with the love and strength you share, nothing will ever change my mind. I love you, my Georgia B. Thank you for sharing life with me. So before I marry you in 2022, here's a pearly reminder that I love you. And that was written by a Mr. Joel Brown. So, Georgia. Oh, I don't know if I'm allowed. Oh, I don't know if I'm allowed to tell you what you have got here. I can definitely say it comes with one oyster opening, which we'll do today. And I do need to know, I need to ask you what style and length chain you would like as well. So that gives it away that it may be a pendant. Now you can either email me that style and length over an email, or if you're happy to tell me now on the live, that's perfect. Joel, you're here, I can tell her. Thank you, Joel. I was just trying to log on to the emails to see if you popped it in those. So what you have got, Georgia, is the Lucky in Love cage pendant. Okay, so the Lucky in Love cage pendant, hopefully you've seen it. It's the heart with the elephant on there, and of course, because it's a cage pendant, you can swap and change pearls around in it. Just so, yeah, I hope you're happy with that one, my lovely. It's a lovely poem, isn't it? You love that one. And you're not sure about the necklace, could you? Yes, of course you can. So we've got 3 styles: curb, trace and snake chains. I do have an image in the chain section on the website. However, if you Googled them, it would bring up closer images for you. I will say that's the best way. And then, yeah, the size-wise, just let me know whenever you're ready, or ask Joel if he can pop me the email over with the order number. But yeah, there's no rush. Whenever you're ready, I can just let me know what you'd like. Okay. But yeah, so you've got one opening with that cage pendant then, my lovely. What type of oyster would you like? And would you like to keep, or would you like to donate your shells? Indeed it did, Sue. Mystery and donate, of course you can. Now, is there a certain colour that you're hoping for? I'm going to give them a good mix for you, and then let's dive in. So, Mystery Oyster, let me get him open for you. And let's go down. We have a lighter pop there. You're happy to see what comes out. Okay, so good. Oh, I broke the shell slightly. I do apologise. Good luck, my lovely. Oh, darker pearls popped out straight from the side there. Let me show you here. So there's nothing on that side, and a darker pearl there. And let me just have a squidge in here for you as well. Okay, so there's no more in that one. Now I'm going to have a closer look just before I say obviously what colour this is, just because he is slightly darker. Now Georgia, if you're happy with this pearl, that's perfect, he is yours. If you prefer to swap him, we can do so. Oh, okay, so it's slightly unusual, this one. He is, let me see if I can show you. He's like a base silver with a slight purple overtone, but almost with like darker spots. I don't know if the spots are gonna show. So you can see, oh, let me get it. Oh, I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up. So it's definitely base silver with the purple overtone here. It does have a few darker areas to him as well. And like I say, if you're happy with this one, that's perfect, he is yours. If you're not happy and you prefer to swap him, you can do so. What do you think? What would you like to do? Oh, sorry, I didn't I didn't realise I was showing it off the screen then, sorry. Let me run him through the board for you. He's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Oh, any unique blues to wear for your wedding? Let me have a little look. Oh, right. Unique blues. If we go straight, let me have a look at the two tonal blues to start with. Now we've got the blues, two tonal wise, we've got, they all look to be icy blues and either have darker blue spots or are two tonal with icy blues. So that's an option. I mean, let me see if I can, so that one's got some spots and I'm just trying to find a two tonal one that may, oh, that's a two tonal one there. Just having a little look. Oh, runaway blue on the desk there. Okay, so we've got a Pepsi blue, which is, oh, and then we've got a darker midnight blue. What's your preferred sort of shades? Is it darker or lighter ones? Alison, bless you. Thank you ever so much for the stars there. Oh, Georgia, you've got a diamond in Joel there. Joel, you are, honestly, when I read the poem that came in, it's truly beautiful. Oh, you love lighter pastel type blues. Thank you, Bab.
Relit.
Pardon?
Is that relit or last time?
What do you mean? I lit that before the live.
That's what I was asking.
Yeah. Okay, so the lighter blues. Sorry, Aaron came in. Thank you for the tea. The lighter pastel-y colours then. What we've got, unusual. Oh, that one's quite unusual. Let me show you these ones here that we've got here and let me see if any of these are okay. If I take the other ones away. Okay, so. This one is the brighter of the two, but he's got, oh, I don't know if the camera's going to pick up. Can you see those lines on him? It's almost like darker lines outlining. So that's actually a darker colouring to the actual pearl colour. So that's darker lines. This one overall is lighter, but he's got darker spots to him. Again, I'm hoping you can see a few darker spots. It's so hard to pick up. I don't know why the camera's not picking it up. It's a few darker spots. And this one here is more of a two-tonal icy blue. So lighter and darker areas here. Are any of those what you're looking for? I'm just going to take these other darker ones away. The first one with the lines, of course you can. So just to confirm, I'm just going to turn that off and see if that makes a difference. Oh, can you see there? So it's almost like the darker. I'm going to see if it's covering up the... Is that one okay? I'm just going to bring you back up here. Is that the correct one, the one with the lines? Love it. Perfect. Okay. So Georgia, I hope you're happy with everything there. Joel, I hope I did your poem. I hope I read it okay for you. And most importantly, first of all, thank you for the donations of the shells. I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. And most importantly, I hope you have a lovely wedding day. Yeah, have a brilliant day. I hope it all goes, yeah, as you want it to. Okay, so that's all safe up there for you. No, Georgia, you're very, very welcome. Right, up next today is Katie Jim. Katie, are you here? Now, you were here earlier, Katie, so hopefully you're still here. This means... Oh, bless you, Joel. You're very, very welcome. And Katie, hello, hello, hello. You're here as well. So Katie, you've got 2 oyster openings altogether. What 2 oysters would you like? And would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? What do you think? Just printing off this order as well. So there's 3 people on the order list. So if anybody would like to order, oh, that opened up big. If anybody would like to order for today, it will be added on for today as well, onto the order list for today. So Katie, what do you think? Keep the shells, of course. And mystery oysters, perfect. Now, are there certain colours that you're hoping for? So, mystery oyster number 1 and number 2. And let me get these open for you. Oh, there's 1 and 2. And let's go down, my lovely. Okay, so in here hoping for brighter colours. You've got a lighter pop there. And there's your mother of pearl. Now I'll clean the shells up for you just afterwards, okay? Now straight away I can see quite a sizable peeper under there, and you're twinning with coral twins here. There's no more in that one. I think I'm going to have to change the kitchen towel. It's got quite juicy, that oyster. Okay, so if I dry this up for you. Twinning with your first oyster here. So, oh, there we go. Let's hold this up so you can have a closer look. You too as well, Donna. Thank you for joining us today. And then moving on to your second oyster. Okay, so mystery oyster number 2. You have a lighter pop there. Ooh. And in here, now the top of this shell has broken slightly. I do apologise. I will try and keep the rest of that as intact as I can. And let's have a squidge in here. I'm just going to take that piece of shell away that did come away there. It's just the piece of shell. So I can see a peeper now at the top, and you have a darker pearl there. And then having a squidge in there, there's no more in there. That darker bit there is just the tail of the oyster there. So let me just take this off here for you. So with your second oyster, you have got a darker purple pearl here. So let me just dry this up and hold them up so you can see. What do you think to all of these colours? So twinning corals and a darker purple. Now, Katie, if you're happy with these, that's perfect. And of course, if you're not happy, we can swap them for you. Laura, bless you. Thank you ever so much for the stars there. Sarah, the moistness of the oyster doesn't coincide with the shell stability. Obviously, if the shells are completely dried out, then yes, they can become more brittle. But that one, it wasn't dried out. It just didn't have as much loose juice, if you like, in it. I hope that makes sense. Now, coral number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Coral number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And the dark purple's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Now, keep the second coral. Is that the coral that's in the centre or the coral that's on the outer edge? And you'd like a bright icy blue and a dark blue. Oh. That one is really deep. The one on the edge, perfect. So I'll take the centre one and the purple out. So I'm going to add in a blue and then a darker blue. Oh, I keep dropping everything today. Honestly, I'm knocking everything over. Dropping the pearls. There we go. Just confirm for me, are you happy with these colours here then, my lovely? Just going to bring you back up here so I can wrap these shells up. Like I say, if they're not the right shade, do let me know. Yes, you're happy with those? Perfect. Katie, those will be yours then. Like I say, I'm just wrapping up your shells, and let me pop your name on here for you. Okay, and then your pearls are going to be going in here. Perfect. Katie, I've wrapped the shells up nice and safely, so that's in there, and I hope you'll be happy with everything then once it arrives, my lovely. And that's all safe up there for you. And up next today is Samantha Butler. Samantha, are you here? Sorry, I'm just restocking the board. Just dive across. Oh, Samantha, if you're here, bear with me. I've just come on to print this order off here, just so I can keep giving the updated order lists as we go. Okay, so I'm coming back again. Samantha, hello, hello, hello. And Lindsay, bless you. Thank you ever so much for the stars there. So, Samantha, you have got 2 bursting hearts. Let's go across the bursting heart board. I'll need to know which 2 numbers you would like, and then if you'd like to keep or if you'd like to donate your shells. What do you think, my lovely? That was the one part of your live you're... Oh no! Oh, Samantha, I'm so sorry, my lovely. Number 7 is this one here, and number 12 is this one here. So let me bring you back again, and I've put them straight down, so let's go down. So this one here is number 7, and this one here is number 12. Okay, so we'll open up number 7 first. Okay, I'm just going to pop number 12 back there. So inside number 7, oh, where's the... Okay, so you have a pair of earrings here. Now, these earrings are stunning earrings. They are 925 silver. They are hookback earrings, and they are called the Sparkle Rain earrings. There we go. So it is like a raindrop, and then it is encrusted with zircon crystals all the way around the raindrop there. Obviously not with the bit that goes through the ear, but on the raindrop. And then your pearls, as you can see, get set right at the bottom of that loop there. So this does come with 2 oyster openings. Okay, so I hope you're happy with that for your first one. Sparkle raindrop earrings there. So that's from number 7. And then opening up number 12, let's grab this. Oh, careful. Let's see if that did it. And number 12, you have a bonus. So you have a bonus gifter item there, shall I say. So you've got a free pair of 925 stud earrings with 8mm crystal pearls. You get to pick which colour, Samantha, you would like. There's cream, mulberry pink, Eden green, and Tahitian. Oh, you already knew. Tahitian, that's perfect. I can't actually attach them to your order now, just because I don't have any in the pot next to me made up. However, I did make more up today, so I'll be able to attach them onto the order over the weekend. So there's not a wait at all. It's just, yeah, I made more up today. So if I just pop on here, we're going to add on Tahitian studs. Perfect. And then your item here is a pendant. Now I know this pendant is on the website, but I can't remember fully the name. I think it's called Heart of the Storm, but I may be completely wrong here. But again, it's following that sort of raindrop theme like your earrings. Let me just get it focused for you. So it's overall a raindrop, but you've got this swirl in the center which swells up into that raindrop like it is a storm, sort of that sort of motion, that weather motion. Now your pearl does then get set right in the center there, sort of halfway up that raindrop. Okay, so your pearl gets sent here. It is like the heart of Tahiti. I hope you're happy with that one as well, Samantha. So altogether, that's 3 oyster openings. Now, let me bring you back up. There is obviously no pearl colour swaps with the Bursting Heart board. However, there is with earrings. Okay, so you've got 3 oyster openings. So you get to pick which pearls obviously go on which items you've got here. Now, because you've got earrings, you will be able to, if you wanted to, swap one of your pearls to match another one of your pearls, just so you then got matching pearls for the earrings. Now, you can have the odds on there if you want to, that's fine. But that option is available to you, Samantha, if you would like to. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. I'm just double checking for stink lines. Now, is there certain colours that you're hoping for here? No, Samantha, you're very, very welcome. Okay, so let's go down. So oyster number 1. There's one side. And the other side. And in your first oyster, ooh, popped out there, you have a candy floss pink. There's no more in that one. So you have a Candy Floss Pink. Moving on to Oyster number 2. Oh, there's one side and the other side, and in here you are twinning. Oh, they are beautiful. You are twinning with black cherry twins here. Let me dry these up for you. And there are the black cherry twins. And then moving on to your last oyster. There's one side and the other side. I'm just going to do that one again and the other side again. Okay, so Samantha, in here. Oh, you are twinning for a second time, and you're twinning with pastel yellow twins here. There's no more in that one. So what do you think, my lovely? Let me just dry these up for you. Twinning pastel yellow pearls. Now if I hold them up so you can see, I'll need to know which colours you'd like on your earrings, and of course which one you'd like on your pendant. You've got a Candy Floss Pink, twinning black cherries, and a twinning pastel yellows. What do you think, and which ones would you like where? If I run them through the board for you, the Candy Floss Pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Black Cherry number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Black Cherry number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Lemon Yellow number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. Lemon Yellow number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5 as well. Of course you can. Okay, so let me just pop them back on here for you. Now I can't hold the pearl dead set against the earring because obviously the pin is in the way, but I can hold it next to it. So this is the pink. Hang on, let me just get this focused for you. Oh, it just focuses. Okay, so if I hold it in the center, does that help? So that's the pink. The black cherry. And then the lemon yellow. Does that help, Samantha? So pink, black cherry, lemon yellow. There we go. Oh, split decisions so far. Some people are saying black cherries, some people are saying yellows. It's obviously completely up to you, my lovely. More votes for black cherries, more votes for yellows. I think it's literally split down the middle, Samantha. Oh, Kathy's going for pink. But Samantha, of course, it's your choice, my lovely. What do you think? Can you please have the black cherry on the necklace, swap a yellow to black cherry for the earrings? Blew my mind, but okay, let me have a little look. Oh, runaways. Oh, now I might have to do this swap off the live because I don't think I've got the dark black cherries next to me. I think these are just slightly lighter. Because your ones are, yeah, I won't be able to do it on the live, Samantha. Is it okay if I do it off? Just because these ones here, let me show you. Oh, these ones here are the slightly brighter ones. The ones you've got are the nice, darker, deeper ones. So I don't have that pot next to me. So there's definitely not a wait. It can definitely get done. It's just I'll need to do it off of the live. I'm just going to write that down. Yes, that's perfect. Perfect. So swap ×1 yellow to match black cherry. I was just about to spell cherry with a E then, like to start with. So I'm just writing down what we're having on each item as well. Okay, perfect. It will be like a matching set because the Heart of the Storm is, like I say, like that raindrop. So it goes with the earrings beautifully. You picked well with the bursting hearts there, Samantha. Right, so I'm just popping the pearls in here. Like I said, there won't be a wait on the colours at all. That will be able to get done for you. I hope you're happy with everything once it arrives. And that's safe up there for you, my lovely. I'm just restocking the board again. Okay, perfect. No, you're very, very welcome, my lovely. And up next today is Pauline Whitsbreads. Pauline, are you here? Pauline Whitsbreads, are you still here? Oh, bear with me. I'm just going to double check the website again, Pauline. So if you are here, I'm just going to be away from the comments for a moment. Okay, that's perfect. Pauline, hello, hello, hello. So Pauline, you have a bursting heart. I've just topped them up for you. Let's go across to the board. So which number heart would you like, my lovely? And would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? Number 7 and donate. Perfect. Number 7 is this one. Let's bring you back and let's get him open. Okay, so if we go down inside number 7, now you have a necklace here, Pauline. Now let me get him open. This one again is a beautiful pendant. So this one comes with a chain that is already on it as well. It's the same size chain as the chain you've chosen. It's just obviously a different style chain. So I hope that's okay, my lovely. And again, this is one of the new items that are on the website. It is beautiful. So you've got 2 circles or rings, shall we say. One is, they are all 925 silver. This one has just got the coating of the gold colouring over it there. And then this one's encrusted with zircon crystals. So like I say, both, or the whole thing's 925 silver, but it just gives that effect here. Now your pearl then gets set at the bottom and obviously can dangle around and move slightly there as well. So that does come with 1 oyster opening for your pearl to go onto here. Pauline, I hope you're happy with that one, my lovely. No, you're very, very welcome. Right, so let me just pop this back in here. And then that comes with 1 oyster. So if I grab the bag and dive in for you. Okay. Is there a certain colour that you're hoping for with this one? Let's go down. So in here, there's one side and the other side, and in here we have a beautiful darker purple. You're hoping for a dark colour, Pauline. You have a darker colour here. That's really cool. So you've got a nice dark deep purple. It's quite a nice richer purple colour. I'm hoping it's going to show up on the camera here. I hope you're happy with this one. It will look lovely against the colouring of that pendant as well. So if I run him through the board for you, he's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. He is an 8. What do you think to this one? You love it. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I'm just going to bring you back up there. And if I pop him on here. So Pauline then, my lovely, thank you again for the donations of your shells there. And yeah, I hope you're happy with everything once it arrives. And that's safe up there for you, my lovely. Okay, and up next then today is Lindsay Kinlock. Lindsay, are you here? No, Pauline, you're very, very welcome. Lindsay Kinlock, are you here? Thank you, Jessie. Lindsay, hello. I do still have a few Christmas oysters available, yes. Actually, I'd say about a handful and a half, however many that is. Yes, my cup is a unicorn. He does have a little unicorn there. Thank you, Becky. So, Christmas oyster, donate the shells. Lindsay, is there a certain colour that you're hoping for? Let me get this open for you. And let's go down. So your Christmas oyster, you've got a lighter pop there. And in here, there's your mother of pearl. And I can see in here, my lovely, you are quadding. 1, 2, 3 and 4. You've got 4 pearls in the one oyster here. You are quadding. And you're quadding with 2 snow whites and 2 two-tonal icy blue pearls. So again, let me just dry these up for you and I'll pop them in the sand for you. Now, Lindsay, if you're happy with all of these, that's perfect. I'm going to need to know which colour pearl you'd like on your jewellery. And of course, if you're not happy, we can swap them for you. Now, with the blues, visually, there's definitely a blue larger than the other. I will measure them, like I say, though. And the blues, they are both slightly two-tonal with darker markings on them. So if I run them through the board, the visually smaller of the blues is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. The visually larger of the blues is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5. So they are measuring different sizes there. Snow White number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And Snow White number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. So they are measuring the same size there. You too, thank you. You too, Samantha. Thank you for joining us today. I'm actually going to change my mind. This one here is a bridal white and this one here is a snow white. So your 2 whites are different there. Sorry, Lindsay. So smaller two-tonal icy blue, larger two-tonal icy blue, bridal white and snow white. So hopefully you guys can see the difference there between the 2 whites. What do you think, Lindsay? Like I say, if you're happy with these, that's perfect. I'll need to know which one you'd like on the jewellery. If you're not happy, I can swap them for you. Can you please go on the waiting list for a sea blue and swap the bridal white? And you'd like the snow white on the charm? Of course you can. So let me just write this down for you. So snow white on there, and we're going to swap bridal white for sea blue, and you're happy for the weight there, which is absolutely fine. Thank you for confirming that for me. I'm hoping that with the sea blues it's not too long of a wait, and then that will get done for you, Lindsay. Okay, so I've got that all down for you. Thank you ever so much for the donations with your shells. And yeah, I hope you're happy with everything as well, Lindsay, once it arrives. And that's up there for you. Where are you? Where is it snowing? Are you in the UK? I don't think it's snowing here. No, it's not snowing here. I'd love it to snow though. Lindsay, you're very, very welcome. Okay, and up next then today is a Vicky Ball. Vicky, are you here? Ah, you're in the USA. 6 inches is quite a lot. I don't know, do you guys like the snow over there? As in, obviously in the UK we're split. Some people love the snow, some people hate it. I suppose that could be the same anywhere you are. Thank you. I do have, I've had this unicorn mug and the shell mug today. Obviously Aaron switches between the two each time he brings me a tea, bless him. Vicky, hello, hello, hello. Vicky, you have a bursting heart. They are all tops up there. So which number heart would you like? And would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? Excited because we rarely get any snow. Oh, I love that. Well, I hope it does snow then. So you can all, yeah, make a snow angel for me. Frostbite warnings. What does I know what frostbite is, Kathy, but what's a frostbite warning? Does that mean that like just walk into the shop? Like, I know I sound really naive here, but please explain to me. Number 5. And donate the shells. Okay. Let me bring you back. My ceiling lights have gone out. This half is on, this half is off. And the flowers are just on. You know, I need to redo the batteries, definitely. Right, so Vicky, heart number 5. Oh no, I know what frostbite is. I just don't know. I haven't heard of a frostbite warning. So it just literally, if you're just walking around, I only thought you'd get, I know again I sound naive, I only thought you could get frostbite in like the Arctic and stuff. I didn't, and like climbing mountains, and I didn't realise you can get it. That's really, really, I should have, yeah, thinking about it. Then stay safe, Kathy, bless you. So, in here you have a bonus. Inside number 5 you have a bonus, my lovely. So straight away that means you get a bonus item of 925 stud earrings, and you get to pick which colour you have. So they've got 8 crystal pearls on here. The colours to pick from are cream, mulberry pink, Eden green and Tahitian. Which one would you like? Silvery green, the Tahitian ones, perfect. So again, I'm just going to write that down just because I don't have any made next to me, but I made loads of the Tahitian ones today. So they'll be added on over the weekend. Add on Tahitian earrings. Perfect. So I've got that down for you. So the item you've got here is a pendant. Let me can come out there. So just pop the bonus over here. Now your pendant is a butterfly pendant, and the pearl on this one needs to be set right in the center of the butterfly. So let me hold it up so you can see, Vicky. So it is a beautiful, simplistic design, but when the pearl gets set on there, it is stunning because it just shines through and the butterfly sort of surrounds it, because you can see that the pearl gets set right in the center there of that butterfly. I hope you're happy with that one, my lovely. Which means that one does come with one opening. Would there be a certain colour that you're hoping for? I'm just going to grab the correct bag. Nearly grabbed the Christmas bag then. Absolutely perfect. Did you have a butterfly tattoo? Oh, I love that. I'm glad you're happy with him. So let me get open this oyster. Is there certain colours you're hoping for then, Vicky? Let's go down. So in here, -30 is very cold. Oh my gosh, I get cold, like cold at -1. I could not imagine. Bless you guys. Oh, it's a tough one, this one. There we go. Fingers crossed for dark blues or purples. Vicky, you are quadding and you have a dark purple there. There's no more in that one. You are quadding, my lovely, which of course means you've got the 4 pearls in the 1 oyster here. So you've got pastel yellow, silver, dark purple and bright icy blue. Now I hope you're happy with all of these. I'll need to know which one of these you'd like on the pendant, and then of course the other pearls are all yours as well. If I run them through the board for you, your lemon yellow is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5. The silver's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5. The purple's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5. And the blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5 as well. So they're all the same size there. What do you think, Vicky? Of course you can. So all the pearls are the same size here. So I think it is the colour preference that you would prefer, okay? So again, because the pin is, let me get it focused, because the pin is there, I can't hold the pearl against that because obviously the pin's sticking upwards. So I can hold the pearl under the pendant, and I hope that's okay. So that is the pastel yellow, your darker silver, the brighter icy blue, oh sorry, there we go, brighter icy blue, and then that darker, it's a darker grape purple. Any of those what you're looking for, my lovely? So yellow, silver, blue, purple. Was that helpful at all? Love the colours, but it's got to be the purple. Okay, perfect. Let me bring you back up then. And then if I pop these in here, and then I'll write that down. Excuse me. I'll write that down for you. There we go. So we're going to have purple on there. I've got down that we're going to be adding on the Tahitian stud earrings. Okay, Vicky then, I hope you're happy with everything there. Thank you as well for the donations with your shells. And of course, I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives as well. And that's safe up there for you. You absolutely love it. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Let me just refresh here. I think that may be the end of the order list for today. It is. So we'll be finishing the live there. We'll be live again on Sunday evening at the earlier time, starting of 7:30 p.m. I will try to be on time on Sunday. So I hope you'll have a brilliant weekend. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Take care. Stay safe. Bye.